All right, it is 7 PM on February 13th, 2024. We're gonna open the regular board meeting. Do roll call, please.
I have trustees Chris Sample,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
Jen Christensen. Here. Bill Motisi, Nathan Maz,
Here.
Patrick Yarlam,
Here.
President Rick Worm,
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabini. Here. I clerk Sandy Mazin here, and Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie.
Here. Please rise and say the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What do we have here? Tonight, we have 4 items on the consent agenda. The items are number 1, January 9th, 2024, regular board meeting minutes. Number 2, bills payable dated February 13th, 2024 for a total of $62,404.06. Number 3, outside meeting pay for elected officials, total of $300. Number 4, park system advertising applications from Bobcat of Rockford, Fritz, and the First National Bank of Amboy. At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of those 4 items for further consideration? If not, we will entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1 through 4 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 through 4 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes. Motion passes at 7:02.
I move to adopt items 1 through 4 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes the motion to adopt items 1 through 4 inclusively as the consent agenda. Nathan also seconds. Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John, Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
2 passes at 7:02. We don't need item D. We don't have anything off there. One to me, anybody have any questions on the water report? Move on to the utility bill drawing.
Okay.
Got your card picking finger ready?
Yeah. Ready.
The hard part. Oh, God. 1003 Illinois. All right, we'll move on to Sandy.
The only thing I have in the packet is a FOIA report. You will notice in the board packet FOIA that the one that I just received, there will be a to be determined amount of attorney's fees with that one, as that has required me to work with our attorney to respond. I hopefully will have those at the next billing cycle.
Brenda?
Okay, I have the treasurer's report for January in there, if anybody has any questions, so let me know. Then I have the sickage resolution for the statement of work and master professional service agreement between us and them, but there is one slight change that Sandy's gonna speak about.
So to the agreement in the packet, we did ask the village attorney to review it. Unfortunately, due to the timeline, I had to stick it in the packet at the same time that he was reviewing it. So he did get back to us late yesterday evening, and he let us know that I'm actually just going to read his email from Mark Heinley. It says the arrangement continues to be that Sickage works with the village under a new master services agreement covering all individual services, but supplemented with a per project separate statement of work that addresses the particulars of a given project. I have a couple of notes, but if it proves to be a take it or leave it deal, nothing rises to the level of rejecting it in my view. The first thing to note is that Sickage will be reorganizing and assigning its audit work to a to-be-formed subsidiary known as Sickage CPA. That entity appears to be the one that will actually be doing the work. Not sure that we care, but notable. Also, either party can get out of the agreement at any time by providing written notice to the other. His 4 comments were On the master services agreement, that the last full paragraph allows Sickich to engage third-party service providers, and this means that any of Sickich's work could be transferred to another entity without permission. He also noted that in the indemnification paragraph, he would have requested one word be removed. On page 5, the all caps paragraph, should be deleted after the first sentence. The village shouldn't waive its right to a jury trial, and the agreement shouldn't shift to be governed by Virginia law. And then the last one just, is a recommendation to ask them to add a line to promptly return our requested data. So this morning, Brenda and I met with Rick and reviewed these 4 items and discussed that the most concerning of them was the one that moved our agreement and any issues with it to Virginia. So I did reach out to Sickich and they have amended. So on page 5 of the master services agreement, that paragraph has changed to simply just be the first sentence that any issues regarding the agreement will be governed by Illinois law and convened in Illinois. So that is the only change that you will see to the stuff in your packet.
Same price though, right?
Yeah. That's nothing to do
Alright.
with this.
That has nothing to do with it, just. a
No, I
term of
know,
the
but
agreement.
it's so low that it's not.
Yeah.
Less they, they're. Not enough. I make a motion to approve resolution number 24-7, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of statement of work and master professional service agreement between the Village of Davis Junction and Sickich for independent audit services as amended by the new agreement.
I'll second that.
Chris makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-07. Bill seconds. Is there any discussion on the resolution? Roll call, please.
John?
Yeah.
Nathan?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Motion passes at 7:07 unanimously.
The next thing I have is, Friday, the supervisors are going to get together and go over the primary or preliminary numbers for the budget. So if any 2 trustees want to come to see how we do start our budget process, just let me know. And then I'll have some more budget meetings because this is just getting all the numbers out there.
What time are you doing it?
8:30 in the morning,
When?
8:30 Friday.
We'll make sure we
16th.
find one that works with your schedule too, Jen. This is just the beginning one.
Another day.
And Brenda was also gonna note that you have to let her know in advance because we cannot have more than 2 of you at any of one of these meetings.
Don't rush.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Move on to the committees and Jen.
I got 2 things on here, but I kind of want to talk about more because I'm trying to kind of set up our events for at least the first half of our year. The first event we got that's gonna be going on here soon is the Easter egg hunt. Easter is March 31st.
What?
Yes, so,
No,
It's Fat Tuesday.
I know today is Fat Tuesday.
It is?
Yep,
Mhm.
and so. I'm just wondering if anybody has any issues if I set on the calendar the Easter egg hunt for March 30th, a Saturday before. Cause I'm thinking if I do it the weekend before the 23rd, I'm thinking that may be too early. I mean, unless we're blessed to keep the nice weather
When's spring break?
that week.
The week of, after Easter or
Oh, no, that's our spring break goes to that Easter weekend.
up to the 28th or 29th?
So that's why I'm kind of throwing it out.
I'm good with it.
Whatever you wanna do, Jen.
Okay, then,
Beth, weather-wise, you're gonna be the 30th probably,
well, that's.
or later. I
Well,
mean.
that's what I'm well, I originally had thought, Brett and I had discussed before when I had checked it out back in the fall, and I'm like. I could schedule it just for after Easter, you know. And stuff like that, but then it's like, okay, then you lose out on participation. And stuff like that, cause last year, obviously, we couldn't have it because of the tornado, and then when we did have it, it snowed.
Yeah.
And then we had to go back through and pick stuff up because we had probably half the amount of kids
There
we
was a
normally
soccer
do.
tournament too.
And it was a soccer tournament. And we had to go back through and pick up the eggs, kind of laid them out in the garage and let stuff dry out.
But the kids that were there.
They got a haul, they made a haul, yes, they did.
Yeah.
So, but I just,
So you're gonna do it the 30th?
so I'm gonna, right now, we're gonna put it on the schedule for March 30th then. The second thing is our fireworks. Are we still interested in doing that on July 3rd? I don't even know when.
July
So it'd
3rd
be a
is
Wednesday night.
Wow. I think give me,
Yeah,
what's your options?
I haven't, that's why I brought it, that's why I put it on the thing.
30th or the 6th,
Yeah,
or the
The third. the
29th or the 6th, 29th, 3rd or 6th?
Could do it. Could do it on the 5th too, right? It's the 4th is.
or I mean,
Yeah.
would you wanna push it to the 5th? I don't know.
No, I don't, I could care less.
I know,
I'm good with the 3rd.
So am I.
Right. I mean, I have to check in with the fireworks guy to see what they have available, but,
For sure.
does anybody have any issues going with who we've done the past few years?
No.
Oh, last year was good.
Oh, I thought last year's was really good.
You made it right.
And then the other thing I don't have on here is our garage sales. That we do in June with electronic recycling. Does anybody have any issues with doing garage sales?
Nope.
Not everybody speak at once.
No.
Okay.
But that's,
Doing it the same 6, what's?
I'm going with that.
Do you want, what, do you wanna do 6th, 7th and 8th, Sandy, or do we
Yeah.
wanna go the week later?
I like the 6th, 7th and 8th.
Okay,
June?
Yeah.
of June,
Yeah,
June,
we
huh?
have a date set for electronics.
No, that's what we we're just gonna talk about. Do we wanna stick with that Saturday or do we wanna do a Sunday?
Saturday.
What works best for you, Fergie?
None of those days.
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
I prefer Saturday.
Mm.
I'm not-
Yep.
I mean, I don't, it doesn't bother me to do a Saturday.
I prefer to drop it off on Saturday, how's that?
Yeah.
And
no,
what
it's
did
good.
we do? We did
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
Yep.
Does that work to continue to do that that same? Okay,
Is that something we have to coordinate with Ogle?
yeah, we have, well, we got also, Sandy got the stuff in the mail for the sorry, I don't mean to say the stuff for the Ogle County. Cleanup Day grant application, what it helps pay for
Oh, gotcha.
the recycling, so that paperwork. Needs to get filled out and sent back in, cause you said normally. Like the costs,
They cover half of the
yeah,
cost.
half of the cost we get. So that's always a good,
Well, that'll help people from putting it down in their garbage.
or sitting,
Yeah, well, that's what. it
The end of
says
the
there,
driveway.
on the end of the-
Till you get to the end of the street for 2 years?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not if it's a flat. street.
There were plenty of electronic recycling
did.
that gentleman could have come to.
Oh,
I say you can buy them cheap.
Yeah, they'll just get rid of their 60 for the new 80. Same.
don't think I have anything else.
You don't think I'm gonna graduate.
So I will get in contact with the fireworks people. And find out what their availability is, and then we'll go from there. Don't think I have anything else. And Rick and I still have to meet yet. About our celebration.
Assess 110.
Yes,
Be here before you know it.
yep, that's all I have for right now.
It's actually in Capron yesterday. They have their signs up for 150.
Jen went to it.
I went to Cape Run.
He
It
went
was-
there.
They
She
still,
went-
they still have their signs up there.
I was gonna say, I went to that one.
Oh.
They got a. That's like the only thing that was really like booming was the. was the beanbag tournament, because they only had like, gave like $200 away to the winner. I was like, dang.
I do have a question.
Okay.
You're talking to the fireworks people,
Have I?
when you do.
Yes,
For the 2025,
Mhm.
if you want fireworks,
I know that's what I
that's
was,
gonna be one of your
yes,
questions.
yep. I want a bundle.
Yeah. So then let me know, so.
Okay, Rick, I think that's all I have.
Okay. Chris?
We don't have anything.
All right, Bill?
Nothing noted.
John?
Did you want to skip?
Oh, it's, what's that?
You skipped
Sorry.
parks.
I did. That's what I went to you. I saw streets and dishes and said you. Sorry. Nathan?
I make a motion for approval of resolution number 24-04, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of estimate from Keystone Hatcheries LLC for fish restocking at the community park pond in the amount of $2,898.48.
Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-04. John seconds. Just for clarification, in the amount of $2,898.48, because it is money. Any discussion on the,
Are we gonna have a fish fry, anytime soon after the restocking?
I don't see that happening.
How close to full are we?
Future.
Fishing?
The opportunity for that was last fall.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
he
eat.
could have netted it up then, but
we were close to full yet?
I have not been out there, actually. But
Second.
it's gotta be.
I think
Gotta be.
John seconded it.
I did second.
Said it was,
Sorry.
Yeah, it's motion second. We're on discussion.
Yeah.
I was done with my discussion.
Hi, Derek.
And roll call.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Motion passes at 7:17.
That completes me.
All right, now John.
I'll make a motion to resolution number 2406, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of a proposal for professional services between the Village of Davis Junction and Willett Hoffman for Junction Way Reconstruction Project Supplement Number 1. Pavement coring and soil work.
I'll second it.
I just want to clarify that that was a motion to approve the
Motion to
resolution.
approve, right?
Yeah.
That's
John makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-06. Bill seconds. Any discussion on that resolution? Roll call, please.
Chris,
Yes.
Patrick,
yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yeah.
Nathan.
Yes.
It also passes 7:17.
Brett, you have anything tonight, Brett?
I do not. Thank you.
That's all we have.
All right. Patrick?
Discussion and possible approval of resolution number 24-05, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of quotation from McGilver Electric for installation of mixing pump at wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $3,217.50.
Second.
Just to clarify, that's also to approve. When you make a
Yes.
motion, you don't have to say discussion. You can just say
Oh.
and approve.
Okay.
Patrick makes a motion to approve resolution number 24-05. Jen seconds in the amount of $3,217.50. Discussion on that motion. A roll call for the money.
Patrick,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously at 7:19.
Two other things on the agenda. Brett can fill us in on that a little better than I can.
So I was going to give, well, I can still give an update on the filter project at the well. We discussed this a while back, how we're having issues with the backwash. And I was going to say that we were struggling to get our second quote. We did get a second quote this afternoon. I have not had a chance to go through it. Jason and I were going to review it. Jason Bowe is our operator, review it, make sure the scope is what we were after. So that's good news. We finally got the second quote. We've been waiting for prices on parts. So it's what we struggle with all the time, it seems like anymore. But so that is moving now again. So that's awesome. I'll have more for you hopefully next time we meet. And then The drying bed at the wastewater treatment plant, I thought I brought that up before with the board. Maybe I haven't. Sandy, would it be possible to bring up an aerial of the plant over by the UV, please? So basically what this is, if I haven't, I'll just kind of recap it quick. We don't have a place. So if we, for example, right up by the UV building, the top right, the little building to the right.
Where?
Yep, right up next to that. Couple things, we don't have a place, so if we have an issue with the sewer main where we gotta have it backed out or cleaned or whatever, we don't have a place when a company comes out, like Frank's, for example, to vac that. We don't have a place to dump what we vac. And then the other thing is I would like to start at some point in time here in the very near future, what we call cleaning camera program. Our sewer mains have never been camera cleaned. They are no longer new. Things are no longer new in the village. So I want to get going on a program so we can start taking sections of town. Break it down to 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, whatever we can afford to do and clean camera. But I have to have a place to dump the trucks when they clean the sewer. So this basically, what we're looking at is the top right up there, the little building to the top right. That's the UV. What we're considering is basically it'll be a cement pad with a drain and a return line. There's already a pipe underground to return it to, and then running water to it so the trucks can clean out. So basically what would happen is we clean, we camera, the trucks go out there, they got to dump, they dump their grit and whatever else. It gives it time to drain out, dry a little bit. We bring in dumpsters from the landfill, we load them up, haul it to the landfill. It's a permanent thing, obviously. And this will solve our problem of having issues with not having a place to dump when we have emergencies or cleaning camera. So basically, long story short, we met, Jason Bowes and myself met with Matt Hansen. I talked to Chris, got approval to begin the engineering. On this, it should be very basic engineering. It's pad, a drain, it's water. They've done several of these. It shouldn't be too crazy, but we did start the engineering process on this to get that ball moving. Because the engineering won't ever change. Once we do it, it's done. So
There's already pipe to drain back.
yes, there's actually a pipe that runs from the building on top right there, runs parallel with the drive to the west, and then comes across the south, and then basically it returns to the head of the plant.
Where's it tapping into water at from there?
There's actually a water line that runs up and runs both
Right there.
directions for the most part as well. I don't know if it's big enough. We may have to upsize it, but there's water that runs up there too.
How big a concrete pad?
We're working on that. We're just kind of trying to design what.
4 inches.
Oh, thickness?
No, I want to know how big it was, but I want.
We don't have dimensions yet. We literally just met and we're kind of trying to figure out
But you
the
can kind of get
volume.
an idea how much it's gonna cost, how big
Pour
it
that
is, and
much
how
cement.
thick it is.
Yeah. I mean, so,
I assume 4 inches at minimum.
minimum four, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to update everybody and let them know we've started engineering.
You're not driving.
All right, anything
We
further?
will.
When you dump, you have to drive
I don't
on.
have anything else, so.
We own a camera, don't we? Sewer camera?
We own a very old, I think it's even still black and white, maybe. I don't even remember, push camera. So yeah, it's just a push cable. You can, as far as you can push it, that's it.
But you want one that was with,
It's not motorized. Like what we would do, basically, it would be a truck camera rig, and they would basically put a camera on tracks and they roll the main. They just drive through the main.
I think there's a longer story to that camera, but I'm not remembering.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I think there's two.
We've used it a few times. It's very, very old.
All right.
Has something to do with DJ, but.
Yeah, I think it
Not
does.
necessarily the village.
So,
EJ Elder.
that's all I had though. Pat,
That's all I got.
thank you.
All right, anything on unfinished business? Anything from the people in this room? Betterment of the
I have
village?
one thing to ask. So when I contact fireworks, do we want to stay with our 17.5? It's what I think our budget was last year for fireworks.
How much is 17.5 in today's
That's
dollars?
what I have to find out. That's why I'm asking, since we're doing budget talks, that's
Plenty.
why I'm asking.
We got a nice even number.
it shouldn't be a terrible increase. It was only 3.3% inflation.
Right, so I will,
Yeah,
like, so I'll, that's what I'll
See,
give him and see what he has to
3.2.
say and
Hmm?
find
I thought it
out.
was 3.2%.
Now it's 3.3.
Okay, then I'm done.
But like you say, 24% over.
Is that what it was when there was 7? Looking.
Forty.
Actually, it's, sorry,
No, you're fine. I just
It was
wanted to make sure.
18.5% up over the last 5 years.
Was it 18?
If you go by the Chicago urban, what? I don't know, Chicago, Naperville, something.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Raises didn't keep up.
No, there's a CPI, there's a CPI index for regions and, Chicago, Naperville / I can't remember the exact name, has its own. And I guess we're closest to that, aren't we? So that would be.
80 miles,
What's
call
the
that
next
close.
Well, I don't know, there's probably one for the Midwest.
Minneapolis.
So I assume Chicago,
You guys haven't jumped on this yet.
I thought 18.5% over 5 years was a lot, especially when you throw in there that we had COVID and everything shut down and there was nothing.
And wages never keep up with it anyways.
Anybody want to be public?
We just were.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn. Patrick seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Ever a nay.
Once,
Adjourned to 7:26.
Rick, there was one time.